Welcome to Coping with Life. I'm your host, Scotty. How's it going, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be for you. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. Now, we're going to talk about something a little bit more positive, a little bit more fun, a little something close to me. Today is going to be about Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, yeah. Now, for being mentally ill and disabled, thinking complexity of Dungeons and Dragons is very exciting. Very nerdy. I'm giddy to talk to you, talk about D&D. That is going to be a recurring theme. Talking about Dungeons and Dragons. And the adventures of Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire. And if you didn't know, he's not a cleric. He's not even a rogue. He's not a fighter. He's not a paladin. He's not a ranger. He's a bard. That's right, of course. It gives a disabled person the bard. Why? Because I'm the bard. Yes, it is true. 'Tis I, Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire. The adventures. Oh, I have plenty of stories of my adventures. This is Scotty, by the way. There's many stories that I have about Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire. That is the title of Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire, at your service. He is a wood elf at 124 years old, 5'9". Compared to me, who I am a little giant, making a short 5'9" character was really hard. But again, wood elf. Chaotic neutral. He is one of those characters that is built through and through to my actual personality, just 2'11". He has a knack for annoying everybody. Being wise, very, very wise. And he's currently doing 2 campaigns right now. And when the DM is like, really? Is this really what you want to? Okay. I get it. It's your character. This is one of your amazing characters that you have. I have a few, but Bardy is he's a special kind of special. However, one of his knack is he's that character that just happens to be unconscious for majority of the campaign. The one of the campaigns that is being referred to as the Prelude, he's already been knocked out 3 times. I mean, the campaign's only been there for 1 session, and he's been knocked out 3 times. Go Bardy. There was a huge battle with a direwolf that, let me explain that. Let me talk about this campaign, the prelude. There will be more later. But so Bardy McBardenstein and a few other adventurers, and just because since I know that there are other stories that tales of yore that will be coming down the pike from the other players in DM, I'm going to just talk about Bardy McBardenstein and his tales. Because he's Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire. So he started off yelling at the bar manager about the price to play. Since he is Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire. He performed for 2 gold pieces. Spoiler alert, he never got those 2 gold pieces, and he managed to lose 5 gold pieces in the process. Okay. The DM was having a lot of fun at my expense. The DM liked to throw shoes at my character. So Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire, being an amazing creature of habit, Bardy was the bard. Started playing. He brought up, while playing, he brought up the Women of Night. And the entire bar was having a lot of fun, except the barmaid. So after he did the grand finale, he decided to leap off stage, run to the barmaid, and try and seduce the barmaid. Well, let's just say the barmaiden was a tough cookie to crack and decided to whack a food tray across Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire's luscious face. You know, apparently they had a history, and, you know, Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire, had a, you know, had the reputation that, you know, the barmaiden was not fond of. So then the adventurers decide to steal Bardy, tie him up, place him on the bed, insert long rest here. Then decides to take him on horseback to fight a direwolf. Now I'm intrigued. So it came for my character to start waking up. The ranger, who happens to be riding the horse, decides to knock me out again. Okay. Decides to put stakes around my character and tie me to a tree. Okay, I can deal with that. So Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire. Yes, that is a thing. He has to keep on saying that. That is his gimmick. That is his shtick. Uh, and it's now just a huge joke that the DM's just like, okay, it's Barty, insert jab here. It's like not getting the name right. Barty in character. Because some people who play D&D just play it as, people. I get into it. I do my voices. I do, it's my act. Gotta play it up. Gotta immerse myself in the world that is Dungeons and Dragons. And this is the first time in a long time that I'm actually a player. Because I've been in Dungeon Master for 23 years. Plus. Maybe longer. Many different versions of D&D. But right now we're playing 5e. I like 5e. And this is a non-modular campaign. The DM has curated 2 amazing campaigns. The main campaign with multiple people, and then the prelude. And the reason why it's called the prelude is because we're leading to the events of the main campaign. And that does matter, because the main campaign really was very interesting. And again, it's the whole cliche of, never being able to get the actual party together. But the core people who do show up were part of the prelude. And we're already figuring out that, yeah, Bardy McBARDINSTEIN, the 23rd McBARDINSTEIN extraordinaire, is probably to blame. So we fight the direwolf. Now there's a few things about this direwolf. Now the direwolf wanted to eat Bardy McBARDINSTEIN, the 23rd McBARDINSTEIN extraordinaire. But the ranger, who was being tactful and plotting every single move, got in a little trouble, got a little heat. The direwolf was over smart, too smart. So I needed to try and be a distraction. I had to do something diabolical. I had to do something that was on my feet thinking. I didn't have any of my gear. It was back at the bar. So I'm in a frilly bardic outfit. And that's it. I'm in a frilly outfit. Very outlandish for being a male bard. I'm okay with that. Don't have any of my gear. Don't have any of my instruments. And by the way, my inventory is loaded. Like, I pack that stuff with so much paper and ink, and ink pens. Even the DM's like, you maxed out everything that you could. I was like, I did. I know this game. I know what I can and cannot do. Maybe broke though, but I'm prepared. Anyway, so what did Bardy do for distraction? He's tied up in a tree with stakes. So the dire wolf is near him, just below, but trying to find the ranger. Well, again, with, bardic inspiration and a lot of the things that I can do really can't. Just let's say he relieved himself and soiled his clothing. So urination all over the place distracted the direwolf, so the ranger could somewhat escape the talons of the claws. Talons are, would it be anyway, words. Anyway, the claws of the direwolf, which, then, that didn't last long because the direwolf did manage to strike down the ranger. Not much, but they were in a standstill, and they were the teeth of the wolf was embedded in the shoulder arm area, if I recall. I could be wrong. So Bardy wiggled his way through the ropes, slipped through because a little extra lubricant, and so now he's in wet, soiled clothing, and he decides to run to the ranger. Decides to, since I'm a bard and I made him a little bit more healing, I am healing the ranger. I crit, so full heal, huzzah! And with my last action, I decided to give the direwolf a hug. Yeah. Why not? A hug. Direwolf was not happy. Then the direwolf got a fireball to the face and now became cooked. It was a cooked direwolf. Crispy. And then Bardy McBardenstein, who basically did a victory dance. Like, I did that. He did not. He did not do that. And then a rock came down from the sky, knocking out Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire. And thus is the part of the prelude. So much more to do on the prelude. But, Bardy McBardenstein is one of those characters that I really like. I built him many years ago with a good friend of mine. And it was like so much because the whole point was to make, the lovable loser, where, when it comes to, thinking on his feet and being very survival, very quick-witted, very charismatic, when it comes to battling and, seducing. Except the barmaiden. The barmaiden, kind of, I think the DM fudged a little roll, but, I'm okay with that. I am. Because if it makes a good story, I'm all for it. But, so, I like playing Bardy. Bardy is one of those characters that I really, really get into character. And it's so fascinating, the stuff that I try with him. Sometimes it succeeds, sometimes it doesn't. But those failures lead up to some amazing stories, and I would love to talk more about his previous stories of yore, and I've been recording many podcasts about D&D. D&D is something that I'm very passionate about, and there's going to be plenty. I will be talking about other subjects, but right now it's D&D, and it's because it's something that I'm happy to talk about, happy to teach. That is something that I'm very passionate about. I love teaching new players, and I really do enjoy teaching new DMs. Because, and it's like, well, I want to be done a DM or a game master, GM or DM. But it's like I don't want to do Dungeons and Dragons. I would like to do like other tabletop RPGs. And it's like, okay, I can teach you. I can help you. Because that's something that I'm passionate about when it comes to RPGs and tabletop RPGs. So Bardy McBardenstein was a character that created for the one of those things where he was built to be annoying. And yes, when monsters fall, or something cool happens, he will take the credit. Yeah, it works. And my goal, and I'm going to be honest, my goal is to break the other players. But as a player, my goal is to break the DM. Go as far as possible to break the DM. Because, I'm about immersive. The DM's, God. Basically, curating the world, stone-faced. You know what? I'm going to do so much to make them laugh, cry, and go, okay, if you want, you could obviously try. And, a lot of people, if you're listening to this, and you may want to get into Dungeons and Dragons or other games, and if you would like a recommendation, watch Critical Role with Matthew Mercer and crew. That is a good place to always start to watch, to somewhat learn, and then pick up the player's handbook. And create a character. There's, you know, I've talked to many people who go, oh yeah, I would love to play D&D, but I don't know where to start. I'm like, okay, well, do you know anything about it? No. Okay. Pick up the player's handbook. And, so, it's like, read the player's handbook. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, or, a few other people. Make a character. For your first character, don't go too overboard, but, you know, have at it. And if it's a good DM, you know, DM's gonna roll with it. And, you know, backstory, like Bardy McBardenstein, his backstory is very extensive. And his previous encounters, his previous stories, carry over. And it can get a little annoying by the campfire if you're in the presence of Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire. And you would think with all the concussions he's had, you know, I wonder how he survived to be 124 at this point. Still a youngin', what else? But I have many players I really, really like, you know, other races and other character build that I have. But Bardy is just fun to be. I have a few other characters that, but you know, it's one of those things where, you know, I can have a nice brute paladin, but I like to have fun. I do. I am the comedic relief. That is who I am. So that is why when given the opportunity, and there is a free reign in the campaign, which to me, it's like one of the first questions that I asked the DM when, it's like, yeah, well, I'm thinking about making a new campaign, and I'm like, do you have specifics that you want us to build characters? Normally, the answer is yes. Hey, a standard fire team, you know, tank, DPS, healer. I usually fall in the healer category, but when it comes to the prelude and then the overall main campaign, it's like yes, you can be Bardy. Yeah, we'll kind of need that, especially, you know, because I'm somebody who is vastly intelligent when it comes to D&D. I love to learn new things, or, you know, I still learn new things, and sometimes I am stubborn in my old ways. Like, get off my lawn. Because there's a lot of things that people forget. And I do like to help people with their character builds. And watching new players grow, and a lot of them apologize. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, or it's like, no, this is why we learn, and it's like, if you're having fun, that's all that matters, and I'm also, I like to educate, because, when you pick up a player's handbook, it can be overwhelming. There's a lot of information. And then, there's the rules lawyering, and I've come since, 3rd edition, 4th edition, 5th edition, there's many editions before that, obviously. But I'm one of those people who I like to help people understand that, things happen. Case in point, one of our friends said, I don't know what to ask. And I put it this way. Okay. Close your eyes and you open a room. For you personally, you walk into a room you've never been in. What are you doing? Okay. Well, okay, I close my eyes, I'm envisioning going to a room I've never been in. Okay. How far is the window? Is there a window? Is there a light source? Is there a light switch? There are traps. Is the floor solid? Is the floor liquid? It's like, what obstacles are in the way? Is there an exit point? Is there another door adjacent? Is there, facilities? Is there machines? Is there a creature or animal in my pathway? Ask questions, and I have the rule of thumb. Everybody's different. Every player and DM are different. Your mileage may vary. But when I'm asked a question as a DM, I will only give an equivalent answer to what you specifically ask. Case in point. If I know your wingspan, your arm reach, and players ask, is there within arm's reach of me something I can touch? If it is wingspan 0.2 centimeters, I'm going to say no. But if it's a wingspan plus 3 centimeters, and then there's a wall or a window, the answer would be yes. But within the confounds of, within reach, if I put out my hand and I can't reach my window, but if I lean slightly to the right, then I can, you have two variables, and and it's like, okay, I decide to spirit crusade. That's happened many times. Like, oh, so there must be room. I run the as farthest as I can. It's like, are you sure about that? Yes. Kasud. You have run into wall. But it's like, yeah, within wingspan, that's specific. Now sometimes it depends on the player, obviously. It depends on my mood. Also, bribery goes a long ways with your DM. Be nice to your DM. And also, always ask your DM a question. Always, even if you don't understand or, ask questions. Don't be afraid. It's going to be one of the things that you need to understand when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons or, Star Wars, Star Trek, Dragon Age, etc. Those can be complex. Nobody's supposed to understand everything. There's a lot of things that I go, hold on, let me look that up. Now, the books, there's some really suggestions. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'll modify this and change a little bit of this to make it flow a little better for what I would like to do. That's totally okay. And if the players and the DM are on the same page, absolutely. And it's all about fun. It's all about having an enjoyable time. And, one of the players during our campaigns was so like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not doing voices or not vastly in character. It's like, you don't have to be. You can just do your character however you deem fit. If you want to say, my character does this, that's okay. However, for me and my playstyle, I, Bardy McBARDINSTEIN, the 23rd McBARDINSTEIN extraordinaire, at your service. So, I would go into more of my character design, but that is not something that I'm going to be doing at this point in time. Because I would love to do more of these and keep everybody up to date, maybe. Or more talk about D&D and more love and other things of tabletop RPGs. But this happens to be currently, and I'm going to be honest, it gives me something to look forward to. And for somebody who has been depressed, lonely, more and more as each day progresses, me being positive, if I can just be, Bardy McBARDINSTEIN, the 23rd McBARDINSTEIN extraordinaire, and make people laugh and be silly, and his complexity, his composure, when it comes to battling or when his life is in danger, he's going to take it a little bit more serious. However, in his normal day and day, he doesn't care. I mean, he is a bard. And, he has people who care about him. And he needs to realize that there's people out there that care about him. And his choices that he may make, he needs to think about those actions. But at the same time, some of those actions are really, really cool. And, and yes, there's something amazing about seducing a guard in a closet after attacking a raven and a ranger. 'Cause Bardy didn't like that. So his attack would be seducing the guard. Thus, to my recollection, I don't remember if we stopped there and picked it up a little bit later. But I do recall breaking everybody. Because Bardy was doing something totally else. He was on all floors trying to find the key. Then, roll the full initiative. Battle. 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 And it was a dark hallway, and the ranger was having problem fighting the guard. Thus, enter Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire. Thus, seducing said guard. Yeah. Broke the campaigning party. The adventure party has broken. Which, the dump bar. And just being just a giant dork. He is that character. If he sees the giant sign that says wet paint, he's gonna touch it. It's like, are you sure about that? It's like, yes, it's wet paint. Even the sign says wet paint. I touch it. Oh, now you have paint on you. Okay. And I would like to do more of these amazing episodes where I just talk about D&D and other things that I really enjoy. I get really excited. I get really passionate because I like talking about helping people with other things like depression and a lot of other topics. And I'm trying not to say them because I am in a somewhat good mood, and when I say choice words, my brain likes to hijack my brain. Yes, my brain likes to hijack my brain and my thoughts. So when I say depression, my mood will shift. And we'll go, oh, yeah, yes, okay, we'll focus on the stuff that is bothering you. And things like D&D. And I can, lose my sense of reality. And do, have a uppity and happy story, and just be me and make people laugh. Or palm face palm. Thank you. It's face palm face. Bardy McBardenstein the 23rd, McBardenstein extraordinaire, gets a lot of palms in the face. Yes. And I'm okay with that. I really do like playing obscure creatures of things. Now stay. Good. Sorry, my base just fell. But no, I really like to play amazing characters, and I have many characters that I play. And I was asked this, so I will bring this at the tail end of this episode. It's like, I play a lot of card games, like Magic the Gathering. I play a lot of things, and I will touch on them in future episodes. But D&D is fun. Also, if you like coping with life, I am your host. Please consider about supporting me. You can go to anchor.fm/coping with life, one word. It should bring you to the landing page, and there is a support tab. I currently do not have a Patreon, but that is something that I'm looking into. But again, you don't have to, but tell your friends and family about my podcast. And, it's just a mentally ill, disabled person talking about life and, good things, bad things, and knowing that you're not alone. And it is okay. It is okay not being okay. But it is also okay knowing that you're not the only one out there. That people, are struggling through a lot of things that you may or may not ever understand. And there are people out there that care. There's a lot of people out there that, if you're not doing okay, reach out. Talk to somebody. I'm not going to say too much, but I do want to say I had a dream about this person that I needed to reach out. So I did. And all that I reached out and I said is, I hope you and your family have a blessed day. I wish you well. And they're like, oh my God, dude, you have no idea how much I needed that. Thank you so much. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here. That's who I am. And I'm glad. Because, they didn't say anything was wrong. But, I reached out and they're like, dude, you have no idea. And again, I'm not going to say a lot of things. But you're welcome. And everybody matters. And I care about you. I love each and every one of you. I do. Even if some days are hard. And, we all have things that happen in our lives. And sometimes we need people to talk to or just vent or rant. And that is okay. And, it is okay. And, people are out there for you. If you're not doing okay or if you see somebody that is not, tell them, I hope things get better for you. I do love each and every one of you. And thank you for this amazing episode that I get to be all happy about. Spread the love. And, I'm a big fan of D&D. And, there's going to be many episodes about D&D and the like. Don't know when. But, at the tail end, again, if you like this, please share and let other people know. Help me grow. And I like to learn, and hopefully I can do things better. I'm still learning. This has been a learning process, and so I want to thank each and every one of you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it may be for you. Know that deep down, I care about each and every one of you. And thank you so much. I bid you adieu. Take care. Be well. And Bardy McBardenstein will live forever. Bardy, really? Really? You're gonna hijack the very end? Just the same? Really? Really? 'Cause I'm Bardy McBardenstein, the 23rd McBardenstein extraordinaire. Ha ha ha! Really? Really? Yes. Okay. I don't know what to do with you anymore. Love me? I bid you adieu. Love you, each and every one of you. Take care. Also, if you want, support me. But I bid you adieu. Thank you. Sorry. Copingwithlife.exe has broken. I'm your host, Scotty. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I bid you adieu.